Mature Students Officer.
Represents mature students, provides social opportunities for them and encourages their participation in wider YUSU and university activities. Candidates for this position must be over the age of 21.
So welcome to your Ioana. So first of all, what inspired you to run for the position?
I've been part of the committee since last September, so I've been able to see kind of behind the scenes and what we're doing. And I would really like to continue the work that we've started over the past year and sort of carry it forward.
Yeah, and the committee is the Mature Students Association,
Yeah, it's
right?
the Mature Students Association.
Yeah. And what do you think is the biggest difference between a mature student and, say, a student that's just come from college? And why do you think their needs differ?
Well, obviously the main difference is the age limit. Everyone over 21 is considered to be a mature student. But also I think a lot of emphasis is put on what you do with your time between college and coming to university. A lot of our mature students went from school straight into work, or perhaps they decided to settle down and have families and now come back to work. To school, sorry. So I think that's one of the main differences.
Okay, and then, so as a Mature Students Officer, how would you try and tackle these differences?
I would really like to see a little bit more involvement between the two groups, between those that are straight out of college and the mature students that came here after taking a little bit of a break, because it feels at the minute there is not a divide, but a little bit of a sense of difference of, oh, someone's over the age of so-and-so, and perhaps they feel like they don't really belong, or they don't really feel like saying they're mature students, of fear of being seen as somewhat unapproachable, and I'd really like to change that. I'd really like to see a more sense of pride in the fact that you're over 21 and you have these experiences, because it's a good thing.
And then in your manifesto, you say that you do want to increase the reach and the accessibility of the MSA. So how do you plan to implement that?
Well, those measures are mainly aimed towards second and third year mature students, also masters and postgrads, because we have a little bit of an issue reaching out to them as the association grows more and more every year. So I would really like to bring more of it on social media, post about it more often, organize a little bit of timesheet with like events and newsletters going out on a more regular basis, so we can get ourselves into a little bit more of a routine. I think that would be quite helpful.
Okay, and then you said that you want to focus on mature students in the second and the third year.
Yeah.
Why these mature students in particular?
Well, because as the new year is going to come, we have an event for mature students that are starting in their first year. We have an induction day, so we have a chance for everyone who's in their first year to see our faces, kind of get in touch with us already, whereas people that are in their second, third, maybe fourth year have been around for a while, don't really know who we are. It would be nice to kind of focus on them a bit and announce to them that, hi, we're here for you. Come on, join us.
Yeah. And also, in your manifesto, you say that you want to create more communal space for mature students. So obviously, with limited funding and just lack of space at the university in general, how do you plan to do this in such a short space of time? And would you say that that goal, because of the time limit, is realistic?
It depends how we approach it. Ideally, my hopes would be to find a permanent communal space where it could all share. But at the minute, even finding a room somewhere in one of the buildings that we could perhaps rent once or twice a week on a regular basis from like a certain hour, say 3 in the afternoon until 10 in the evening after classes are finished, and to tell everybody that we have this space to use for events and everything, that would be how I think about it.
All right, brilliant. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
on
you.
URY.
Thank you for having me.